Hello, movers and shakers. How you guys doing? Hey, I wanted to talk to you guys about the difference between USA home listings and moving leads, the pros and the cons of each, and who I've used and who I've been using and why I'm doing such and such. Okay? So we're going to get into it. We're going to compare USA home listings versus moving leads. All right? Awesome. Hello, guys. I'm Jae Burnham, and this is the Seven Figure Moving Academy. How the heck are you guys? So glad to have you here. If you're not yet a subscriber to this YouTube channel, please go down, hit the subscribe link, share it with all your family and friends. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up or a comment, because that is how this channel, it builds and gets bigger and better. And this is how I learn what videos to do, by you telling me what you're looking for, the questions you have, then I can answer them. So leave a comment, share it with your friends, have them leave comments, and then I can make more and more videos for you. All right, so let's get into it, guys. Today we're going to be talking about USA home listings versus moving leads. Okay, so what here I have on my screen, as you can see, is I have USA home listings. Now, I've got to divulge that with both moving leads and USA home listings, I have gotten sponsorships. I have gotten basically kickbacks. I haven't gotten any money. They don't pay me anything. No one's asking me to do this video, anything like that. So I'm not making any money on it. However, I do get a little bit of something from each and every one of them. Oh my goodness sakes. Sorry about that. People just want to call me. No, I'm just kidding. So I do want to say that I have at one point or am getting something from these guys in the exchange of my promoting them or doing something or having promoted them. So I've gotten something from both of them. I've used both services, so I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about these services. All right. Each of them have their pros. Each of them have their cons. We're going to go over the pros and cons of each, but we're going to go over, and I'm going to basically say what I'm using right now and why I'm using it. Okay, so right now we're on the USA Home Listings page. You can scroll down. You can see my ugly fat butt right here as one of the testimonials. Here's Eric Works, Brent Baldry, Tim Krupp. So we're talking. This is a very, very great website. I know the guy who created it. He's a great guy, very helpful. He and I are friends. I got his phone number. I can call him up if I want to. He's just a good guy. He's totally willing to help, wants to help, loves to help, right? Now, here's Moving Leads. Moving Leads is another company that I've used. I've used these guys in the past. Again, a bunch of great guys. I've known these guys. I've met them personally. I've talked to the husband and the wife. It is a husband and wife team that does this. This is a very good program. I definitely recommend both programs. I'm going to just say that come right out and say I do recommend both programs. Okay, so let's get in it. When I first started my moving company, I started sending out mailers, direct mailing, direct marketing. Moving Leads was the company that I used first. I went in there, I started getting into it. I'm telling you guys, I enjoyed the heck out of it. They've got a lot of great information on their website. They give you a lot of good information with their blog and so on and so forth. They tell you what size of postcards to use, etc. They also got in the resources section, they've got things that you can learn about direct mailing, which is awesome. It really tells you kind of, how to find a designer, postcard design sheets. They even got this PDF, which I found very, very helpful when I was designing my postcard, right? This is the postcard that I have. You can see it. It's the larger. It's 6 by 11. But they got this PDF here, which basically tells you how to design and what elements should go on a successful postcard. I did, when I first started with Moving Leads, I did use their postcards to start off, and I started off with the small postcard, the regular size postcard, before I went to this. And I got results from it, right? So I really enjoyed that a lot, and I really enjoyed the amount of information that these guys give you, and they give you a lot of good information. USA Home Listings right now doesn't have that. They don't have anything to help you design or create a postcard, which I find very, very unfortunate. I really wish they would get into it. That is something that hopefully they will build on later on in their services. They are still a fairly new company. They only launched really this last year. So I'm sure they're still getting stuff going. And I know that they have talked to another guy who does create postcards, but they haven't created anything regarding that service, which I find unfortunate. Is one of the cons to USA Home Listings that I would have to say. Versus Home Moving Leads. Moving Leads really goes out of the way to give you a bunch of great information. Right now, here's the leads that Moving Leads, they do great. They really concentrate on leads that have, when people put their house under on the MLS, on the multiple listing service, when a house actually goes up for sale, not that it's been sold yet, but when it goes up, they do have these lists. However, they only mail out once a week or once a month or whatever you do. They do not mail out every single day, which is an unfortunate circumstance. Because I have found, and this is a con for the Moving Leads. I found that if you can mail out every single day, that it's much better. You're right there, right in the heart of it, right in the thick of it. Now, they also just did a blog post about basically sending mailers to people under contract. It is a waste of time. And they actually made an infographic that 20% of the people that hire a mover actually find a mover pre-listing. Now, this may be true. This might be an actual fact. So, however, unless you have a divine, some sort of weird meta thing up there, you're not going to know who's looking for a mover pre-decision to sell the house, right? So I don't know how you can get that. So, people go, okay, you know what, they get a job offer or whatever. There is no listings that you could do and say, hey, we heard you just got a job offering Timbuktu. Looks like you're going to be needing moving services. That would be great if we could find something like that. Unfortunately, there is no list like that I have found. That doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, but I have not found one. If you guys do know one, great. Leave me a comment below. I'll check it out. Maybe I'll start using it. So, and then they say, well, okay, good. Then 17%, 20% do it pre-listing. Then once the listing goes up, then 17% will find a mover as soon as the house goes up for listing, and then it kind of goes down. And they say by the end, let's see if I can actually find that article. Wow. So on and so forth. I don't know. Anyway, if I find it, I'll leave that link in the description so you can go check out that article if I can find that article. It was actually a good article. I actually liked it. I learned a little bit from it. However, I am in a little disagreement about sending out posters or mailers out to the homes that have gone under contract. So that's a con for Moving Leads. However, USA Home Listings does allow you and does give you that. So if I go over here to my listings, you can actually see, okay, you can go to more filters. Let's say we're going to do homes at 200,000. You can see the homes that from this time spread that are only under contract, right? And they're the ones with the stars, obviously. This is all the listings. There's 663 between this date range. That's these guys who put their house under contract are going to be selling. They're going to actually be moving within the next 30 to 60 days. These guys are prime. They are prime for this service. So this is one of the plus points that I have for USA Home Listings. This is one of the pros for that. Right. Now, moving leads, they do allow you to pinpoint and target your audience, like USA home listings. They do give you if a home is $100,000 or more, you can choose that group, $100,000 or more, or 150,000 or 200 or whatever that is, which is really, really good. So you can actually choose homes in the price range that you want to target to, which is really, really good. So this is a pro for both USA home listings and moving leads, right? So this is really, really good. It's definitely something you should do. And so on and so forth. Now, the last thing is price. The price on a USA home listings, you can actually go to subscriptions. You could see, you could add counties. Like let's say you're in Massachusetts. All right, so we're going to just see. You can see how much the monthly subscription is for each one of these counties. Worcester County, Worcester County is $150 a month. Wow, that seems like a lot of money. But get this, you get access to all of the listings from $0 to infinite, right? Versus moving leads, they're only going to give you the listings that fit within your certain budget. So if you can only spend a couple $100 a month, then you're only going to get the amount of listings you can get within that. So you're not going to get every single listing. So you can go to Berkshire County here and you could get every single listing right from the start. As soon as your credit card clears, you could get every single listing. It doesn't matter. Versus moving leads, if you're only doing $100,000 homes or higher, they're only going to give you a certain amount of leads. So it's very limited in scope, where you have complete access to whatever homes you want, right? You get the complete list. But moving leads, they're only going to send you enough leads that fit your criteria, your budget. So if you got a $200 budget that for a week, they're only going to send you a limited amount of leads for that week. And again, they only send it to you once a week. Now, here's the thing. Now, if you choose for moving leads to actually send out your postcards, they'll do the whole thing for you. They'll send it out. They'll, stamp it, everything, and send it out to you, which is really good. Or you could choose to have the listings sent to you via Excel worksheet, and then you can create the labels yourself or have them printed up on your postcards yourself. I had it done both ways. I really found that it was a lot better when I had sent out my own postcard and I just had a label and I put a label on it. So USA moving leads will send you either an Excel or they will actually send it already formatted for you. So all you have to do is print labels, which is good, because if it comes into Excel, then you have to do a mail merge. And if you don't know how to do a mail merge, just go to YouTube. Look for mail merge and it'll teach you how to do it. But that's an extra step that you have to do if you want to create your own labels. Or moving leads will actually send it the list to you already pre-formatted for labels, and all you have to do is print them out. Okay, which is really, really good. Of course, then you have to stamp it unless you have your indicia on it. I don't have the indicia. I send it first class, because I want to know that the man that's going to get there. Because if you have the indicia and you send out your postcards, then they could get there several weeks later. And I've seen it happen, and you could lose that thing. I want to send it out. I want to put the first class because I want to send out my postcard, and I wanted them to get it in the mail within the next few days. I want them to see it right now. Man, I tell you what, that makes an impression. Wow, I just put, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a call, go, man, I just put my house up for sale. Next thing you know, I got this postcard from you. And I was like, how did you know? And I'm serious. It's to some people, it's like magic. It's like, I just did it. How did you know? It was like magic. It showed up in the thing. So that makes an impression. So I like to send it with a stamp versus an indicia, right? So if you do it by moving leads and you have them send out the postcards, which is not really a pro or con. If you're having them, they're only going to send it out once. They're going to have the indicia, which means they're not going to get the postcards right away. That's a little bit of a con. So I kind of like to take control. I want to do it myself. With a USA home listings, all you're going to do is you're going to get an Excel sheet, which means you can handwrite the addresses on your postcards or the letters or whatever you're sending out, or you can do a mail merge and do the mail merge and send them out. And again, USA Home Listings, all they do is provide you the lists. That's all they do. They don't do any of the postcards. They don't tell you how to do postcards. They don't show you the best way to do postcards or anything like that. They just provide the lists. Now, here's a little bit. When you're first starting out as a moving company and you got a very limited budget, my recommendation is start with moving leads. Go to moving leads first. Get going. Build up your thing. Once you've got build up your thing. Where the heck does that come from? That just comes, I'm thinking faster than I'm speaking. When you build up your bankroll to do your marketing, right, then you can start going into USA Home Listings and start paying for that. You pay your USA Home Listings once you start making more and more money. But if you've got a small limited budget, start with moving leads. Start doing it. At least start sending out some postcards right now. Get that going. It's a great service for that. Remember, there are limitations on the time of when it's doing. USA Home Listings gives it to you right now. It's instantaneous, but they don't do some of the other things that Moving Leads does do. So they kind of balance out. I've used Moving Leads. I love their service. Their customer service is great. Every time I had a problem, they got right on it. If I wanted to change who I was sending the letters out, or if I wanted to increase my budget, they were totally willing to work with me. They answer their phones really, really fast. I believe Jennifer is Don's wife. She's really, really great to work with, really responsive. Just a great gal. I love her to death. I love all of those people to death. They're great people. They worked with me. And I actually met, I believe his name is Don. I don't know why I want to say Don or Dan, but they're great people. And I've worked with them, and they're great people. With USA Home Listings, again, I know the principals, and I can talk to them, and I can send them a message on Facebook, and they're usually really pretty good about getting the service. So the customer service for both services are really top notch. They're very responsive. They both really want to help movers when it comes to direct mailing. But when you're first starting out, if you only got a very limited budget, I would say go do the Moving Leads. And then once you built up your bankroll, then my suggestion is go to USA Home Listings, where you can really punch it up and really knock it out of the park. USA Home Listings is the service that I'm using right now today, because I figured out all the stuff now. I've got it down to a little bit of a science. And I tell you what, very good stuff. They do send, you can do it under contract or only for sale. And you could do both of them, or you could do them both at the same time. You could do one or the other. You can make your list just per county or zip code, which is awesome. You can't do that with Moving Leads. So that's a bit of a con with moving. You can only give them, okay, these are the zip codes I want to deal with. Here's my budget. And that's it. That's all you can do. Here, with USA, it's totally under your control, and this is the pro for USA Home Listings, completely 100% under your control. Yes, it will be a bit of more pricey at the start when you're using USA Home Listings, but as soon as you got that machine rolling and you've been doing it for 2-3 months, then the price of USA Home Listings is actually, when it comes out, the averages actually is cheaper, right? They are a bit pricey at first, but once that machine gets going, the ultimate price is actually cheaper than Moving Leads. So that's the pros and cons for that. However, the initial cost into USA Home Listings can be a bit prohibitive for a brand new moving company, whereas Moving Leads, you can get into it and start sending something right now. Okay. That's my review of the both of them. I definitely think they're both great services. They're run by great people. USA Home Listings is a little bit more advanced for the little bit bigger companies, and I definitely think you should rock and roll if you got a couple trucks you're running, you should be looking at USA Home Listings. However, if you're just starting out, you're just starting a moving business and you got a limited budget, I say do Moving Leads. Okay, guys? that's my review. Hey, tell me what you thought about it. What are your thoughts about? Are you using USA Home Listings? Great. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Are you using Movie Links? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? I really want to hear from you guys. So leave me a comment in the comment section below. Make sure you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Don't matter. I love you nonetheless. And make sure you subscribe, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love you guys. I wish you